Well, guys, we're back. This is not a production update this weekend. This is way more exciting. This is new ramp project weekend. Let's see if you can identify what we're looking at here. This is going to be the next set of ramps I make. I'm not doing too many projects right now, but these, I think, in the grand scheme of things, will be relatively easy compared to some of the bigger ones. Got your guesses in? If you said Sega's Independence Day, you'd be correct. So what I'm doing right now is I got a pretty nice set of donor ramps. Person on Pinside offered them up to me and sent them over, and I just got done cleaning them up and taking the flaps off and whatnot and checking them out, and these are going to be real nice to work with. So sometimes, like, a lot of times people replace ramps because this gets blown out, cracked out. This game actually has protectors on it. I can work with reproducing when there's no, when this is gone, but it just makes it a lot easier if it's there. So these will be pretty nice. I don't anticipate this taking too long to get this project underway. So hopefully today we'll be making some new molds, or starting to make new molds. That's a whole process, but going to start making molds. And the first part of the inside the sausage factory here is I take and print out the manual pages for these ramps and go through and check with my drill bits. I check drill hole sizes, and then I make notes on the drawings of what all the different hole sizes are that I'm going to have to put back in these. Checking screw sizes. Some of these have are just through holes, and some of them actually the screw has to bite into it because there's no nut behind it. So I have to determine what all those are, and I try and log it all down here when I have manual pages available. Early Data East, early Bally, they're pretty bad with the manuals. Later Data East, Sega, Stern, their manuals are amazing by comparison. I mean, they're so detailed. They tell you exactly what screw you need, what the screw size is. It says whether there's a nut behind it. They give you nice little side views, You get side views showing if there's a nut on the top or the bottom. These manuals are just, it's so much nicer working on some of the newer stuff sometimes. But also the newer ramps are like more complicated. They've been, in that era, they started hanging more and more stuff on these games, and it's, if you didn't have a manual, you'd be really lost. So that's one nice benefit on some of these newer games. And Sega ramps in general seem to be, they were like smarter at producing them. They did less goofy fasteners. They were more standardized, so it really makes it a lot nicer to try and reproduce these. And they also tended to break them down. Like on a Data East game, they probably would have made some of these ramps in like one piece, where Sega tends to break them down a little bit. So that makes it easier as well. So I'm gonna be working on these the next few weeks. I'd like to have something early March, get these out to people. I think what I'm gonna do is offer up a deal on these. If you want a 3-piece set on the initial run, I'm going to be discounting a 3-piece set. So I'm going to throw a link up on my page, and I'm going to link it in this video. If you are going to buy an initial run set of these, it's probably going to save you 50, 60 bucks, I'm guessing. You can click on the link, sign up for a notification. Those notifications are going to help me determine how many of these I'm going to make initially. Once that initial run's gone, they're going back to the normal price. So this is just kind of like a once and done, right out of the gate. If you get in on it, good. If you miss it, sorry. But otherwise, they'll be available in single pieces. I don't sell my ramps only in sets, typically. I want to make it so that if you just need this ramp, you don't have to buy the whole set. I mean, that's especially for operators. An operator, they don't want to screw around changing out the ramps in the entire game just because they broke one, so that's one thing I kind of pride myself on there. So keep your eyes peeled. This will probably be the only thing you see about this until they're just about ready to go. I'll probably post a picture up on my Facebook page whenever I have like a test shot done, kind of give a last call for the first run. And once everything's ready to go, I'm going to I got to make some flaps, which I obviously can do quicker now. There's some ramp brackets that are going to be included on this for right here and right here. I'll have to have those made externally. But I'll include those 2 brackets and then all 3 flaps, and we'll get them out. And yeah, so stay tuned. This is probably job number 1 right now. I do have some NASCAR ramps going. I think they're going to run them concurrently with these when I get the initial run going. I think those molds will work well together in my process. So I think that's what we're looking at. So stay tuned. And like I said, I don't have much going on other than this, so I think I should be able to push these through pretty quickly. So that'll be that. I know a lot of people are asking for other ramps. I can't make any commitments on anything new beyond this. It's going to be a crime of opportunity when it pops up, when I do take something new on. It's going to have to fit my schedule and like what else I'm running. There's a whole lot that goes into it. I'd love to be able to do them all, but the market right now is not such that I can just keep popping out every ramp everybody asks for. I got away with that in COVID because everybody was restoring everything. It's not quite like that anymore. But I did have significant interest in these ramps, so I think this will be a smart move for everybody involved. So we'll play it by ear, and that's going to be about it for today, guys. So stay tuned. Watch my Facebook page. Watch Pinside Thread if you're not on Facebook, and we'll get you an update on these as soon as they're ready to roll. All right. See you next week.